Thank you all so much. In keeping with the theme of education, I'd now like to call to the stage leaders in the field who are working to create a more inclusive future. Please welcome Robert Zingger, Chairman of Alomot Or, and Sonia Gomez de Mesquita, Deputy Chair of Sasa Seton. Their interview will be moderated by Tzvika Klein, Jewish World Correspondent for the Jerusalem Post.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here with us. And hello, Robert and Sonia. It's great for me. Can you get closer to us, please? Thank you. It's nice and cozy over here on stage. So I'm actually very excited to be here with Robert and Sonia. I know them for many years, and two of them have done amazing things for the Jewish world, but we're actually here to talk about education. And it's fascinating, Robert. Basically, both of you represent two different organizations, but you're also connected. You'll explain about it if you want. But Alomot Or, I was fascinated to read about it. By the way, as someone who barely finished high school, but at the end finished with high grades, it's a difficult situation. There are many people around the country who have, who don't have enough, ability to succeed.
Yeah, no, thank you, Tzvika. I'm dealing with education most of my life, being a senior officer in education in the IDF, but then moving to intelligence community and spending some time there. But even when I was there, I was responsible for establishing educational systems in the former Soviet Union and Eastern Europe. And also today I'm dealing with different things after completing my time as the CEO of the World Jewish Congress. And I'm still spending a lot of my time on meeting with presidents, prime ministers, ministers, ambassadors, and stuff of this kind. But I think one of the most important things that I'm doing, I'm chairing the organization called the Alomot Or. It came out of a conversation, a phone call that I received 7 years ago from somebody that I knew for some time. And he told me that there is a family of Holocaust survivors who left some fund and they want to do something significant in Israel. And I was sitting with myself and saying, Israel has so many needs. And what would I advise to this family? I'm not sure that even people that are still sitting in this room realize that about 12% of the students in Israel are students who are participating in the special education, which means that every 8 student in Israel is in some way within the system of the special education. So I thought to myself, we had here speakers from different fields in Israel, speaking about excellence, Dan Shechtman and others. But basically, we all know that the strength of any chain is in its weakest part. So I decided to focus on this part, and that's how the Alomot Or was created. It started with a school for autistic kids on low spectrum in Kaduri, in the Lower Galilee. And from there, we have built, together with the Ministry of Education, 8 schools. Altogether, it's a network of 15 schools in different parts of Israel. And I'm very happy to say that Alomot Or became now the leader in the field of special education, developing different programs. And from the next year, they will continue also and will start working in 500 classes all over Israel.
Can you give us an example of someone that you helped, that the organization helped, it changed their life, it moved something, it created something new?
Yeah, no, first of all, I have to give a credit, to Jerusalem Post that included this issue on the agenda of such an important gathering, but also to 1,000 teachers who are involved in the system that Alomot Or is involved with, together with the Ministry of Education. So examples, there are plenty of examples, but as you say, it's always you can go. What comes to mind is exactly a year ago I was driving and one of the teachers of one of the schools called me and told me, we're talking about this school for autistic kids. So she told me that one of the students in the school was chosen to represent Israel in the Tanakh competition.
Oh, wow.
So at some stage I was thinking it can't be real, it's probably some special event for kids in special education. But apparently, she was in the final 8 or final 5, I even think, within this competition last year. I can tell you about a few kids who won the Special Olympics in judo. We have one kid now going to be in the Special Olympics in Berlin. I just had a conversation with one of the kids who are not in an autistic school, but the school for children with the special needs, who just became an excellent, was rewarded as a best soldier in his division in paratrooper. Yeah, as a paratrooper.
Wow. So, as you mentioned, I mean, you've worked and led so many Jewish organizations, as well as Nativ, which is, it was a secret agent for the State of Israel, helping former Soviet Union Jews. What do you bring from your decades of experience in the Jewish world into the world of education and special education here in Israel?
The first thing that comes to mind is everybody can do everything, and many people said it here, but sometimes people don't look at the kids at the special education schools as somebody who can be or should be given a chance or given a choice. And I can tell you from being involved in this organization for the last 7 years that everybody can get to every place. So first of all, to give them a chance. And the second thing, we have today many examples of Jews from different countries worldwide, from Russia, from the United States, from Latin America, from different places, especially making aliyah to Israel in order to send their kids to our schools. What I want to say is that with all the problems we have in this country...
Is that a phenomena, or is it like
becoming... No, it becomes kind of... we have also different ministries of education sending their principals and their officials to learn from us. And the thing I want to say is that, with all the problems we have in this country, in the field of special education, Israel is really a pioneer in many ways. And I'm very happy that Alomot is a pioneer within Israel.
Thank you very much for that. And I'll just add, well-deserved. There's also a rise in the identification of autism, et cetera, right? So, I mean, there's definitely going to be more and more students part of this, right? But just in a short answer.
As criteria for kind of definition of autism changed, more and more students will become part of this system, and I'm very happy that both the previous Minister of Education and the current Minister of Education see it as one of the highest priorities of their ministry.